Hi, I'm Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com.
Hey, you guys, it's me, I'm Barry. You're looking good today, Adam. Mind if I have a go?
Yeah, sure, Barry.
No, what are you doing, you maniac? No.
I don't know what I've done.
Both get off and get no. You soiled him. Let's go. Gotta ring him out now. News. Another WWE superstar has requested their release. A WWE superstar denies he has re-signed with the company. And the card for NXT UK Takeover in Blackpool takes shape. Spoilers coming up. You have to wash him now.
He's already wet. What are you talking about?
What is it with you and sea creatures in 2019? It's disgusting. Only Lorcan in the news today. Yes, that's right. My reigning and defending WWE 2K19 Universal Champion has requested his release from the WWE.
One more time, Thomas. Throw him up! He's the best. And in fact, going to talk about this in One Lorcan Twitter style, all right?
Oh, okay. Stand back, everybody. You think you might want to turn your internet down for this?
So, WWE have not yet granted One Lorcan his release. However, he has changed his name on Twitter to be... I can't do it. I'm not you. I can't do that.
If you're going to do it Only Lorcan Twitter style, it'd have to be, I once released a cat from a prison. Took me 6 months drilling him out with my own hands. I'm on 205 Live this week. Pull him up. That's how you do it, Only Lorcan style.
He's changed his name to Biff Busick,
which is his old indie name.
That is correct. He's been posting some lovely little pictures today. One of the classic Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, with the turtleneck on. It just says Biff Rules in the sort of...
Wasn't photoshopped. He has got The Rock to wear a Biff Rules shirt.
One of Meltzer at his computer, and it just says Biff Rules on his screen.
He's looking at Biff Rules.
He's so good at Twitter. The guy's got like 69,000 followers. He deserves so many
I think
more.
even that number is deliberate.
Yeah, mate.
He is a master of the game. He would be a great loss to WWE if he went. I think he's one of those guys that you don't realise just how important he is until you watch him wrestle and you go, actually, this guy's a beast. Absolute beast. I was really excited to see him move to 205 Live and get that title opportunity a while back against Drew Gulak. So I thought, this is going to be it now. This is where the journey begins for Only Lorcan, and then sort of nothing kind of came of it.
I sort of just wish they'd let him do a bit more of the fun character stuff on TV. When I tune in and I see him, I'm just like, oh, okay, there's this guy who's really, really good at wrestling and everything. But then you look at his social media, and the guy's absolutely hilarious. I don't know why they won't let him do that on TV. As I say, he's requested his release. WWE have not yet granted his release. However, this follows some news reports this week emerging that WWE may look to grant superstar releases, frustrated superstars who want to leave the company, as long as they don't go and work for major competitors, AEW, perhaps New Japan as well. So that's interesting news as well. Essentially, they would be starting a new contract with the company, which it's believed would last for the duration of their contract anyway. But they could go and do indies, but the no-compete clause would state that, you can't.
See, I'm surprised that they've only just thought about doing this.
It seems nuts, doesn't it?
It seems like a really obvious solution to go, okay, look, if you want to go, go, but don't go there.
Yeah, because it brings morale down for everyone. Like, morale is reported to be really low backstage at WWE events. We've heard the Observer talk about that. We've seen, obviously, superstars tweeting, being clearly frustrated. So, if it's going to bring everyone down, let them go.
Yeah.
You've got about 400 pissing wrestlers on your roster.
And also, do you know what? It's great for the indie wrestling scene as well. If you can have people like an Only Lorcan who can't go to work for AEW, can't go to Japan, but can go and work some of the indie shows and bring that up. I think that's a wonderful idea. I'm down. I'm totally down for that. If it means Only Lorcan can continue being brilliant, but somewhere else, then I'm for it. Throw that finger right up. Rusev Machka. Not my words, the words of Rusev, spotting two cars that look very similar to each other.
That was dreadful.
I thank you.
Hang your head in shame for that one, Thomas.
Absolutely not.
Wow.
I ain't hanging no head. Do you see what you did to Barry and you're talking to me about shame?
Talking about head.
Disgusting news.
Disgusting.
Rusev currently is another one of these guys, very much like an Only Lorcan, who has been audibly unsatisfied in his time in WWE, and he took to Twitter to once again start the speculation wheel turning.
So there have been numerous reports recently saying that Rusev had in fact signed a new 5-year deal. He appeared to be very happy with the company. In fact, he's recently called the Rusev Lana Bobby storyline Like the best thing on TV in years. Best thing on WWE TV in years. Maybe
it was opposite day in his house.
Yeah. So, somebody, a guy called Lee Shellham said WWE have their stars on 5-year deals, and you just don't see how any of these guys are going to reach their potential. Rusev made a huge mistake re-signing. He quote retweeted this saying, "Who said I've re-signed?" Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. So, I mean, he's a bit of a troll as well. I think this is another grain of salt thing, isn't it?
He's very much like a
pinch of salt or grain of salt. Are they both acceptable?
I think they're both acceptable.
Thank you.
Pinch or grain are both the same. I believe that's
No,
the
grain
phrase.
is a singular, isn't it?
Grain?
Take this with a grain of salt. A grain of sand is just one sand. What's singular for sand?
Pinch or grain? Tell us in the comments.
Carry on.
Pinch or grain? Rusev, who's taking both a pinch of grain, a grain of salt, and a little bit of the Michael by teasing whether or not he's going to stay with the company or not. I can't see him going.
I think he really feels like a WWE guy.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, I really like him, and I think he's been held down unnecessarily, and I think they could have capitalised a lot more on the success, or the potential success, I guess, of Rusev Day. But I can't imagine him going anywhere else, because I think about Rusev and his matches, and I'm not sure that, oh man, tell me a really great Rusev match. Exactly. There have been good Rusev matches, and there'll be people leaving comments right now, but there's no real standout match. And I'm not sure that he would
Cena, when he came in on a tank.
It wasn't a great match. Okay. It was a great entrance, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that I mentioned the entrance, I think is plenty.
Yeah. He's a character guy, isn't he? And I just think he's more suited to WWE. I can't imagine him flourishing in AEW. That said, Hager's over there, and I sort of feel the same way about his style of matches. That said, he's not really been doing much.
Well, that's it. They basically they hired him to stand still and be quiet.
Yes, but that's because of contractual issues. That's contractual issues. He'll get there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh wow, okay. I mean,
no, he'll get there. It's to do with the MMA stuff.
Oh right, I thought like WWE said you can go. I thought this was the new thing that WWE signed. You can go to AEW, but you can't wrestle and you can't talk. That'd be supremely dickish. I'd be here for that. I'd be here for that level of dickheadness. Good
for him. He's earning lots and lots of money. He seems actually happy with the storyline at the moment.
Yeah, I'm glad someone is.
We talked about this. The YouTube hits suggest that they're doing well. It's clearly stuff that isn't for us. I've been thinking about this a lot over the weekend. And the Baron Corbin, the dog stuff, that's there for younger fans, isn't it? The reason that we're all slagging it off is because we're not young and, like, obviously it's not going to appeal to us. But WWE have this massive problem where they're not generating interest in wrestling from younger fans. Younger fans aren't watching it. Kids aren't watching wrestling.
Yeah.
So that stuff's there for them. And if you think back to what you enjoyed when you were a kid, you'd have probably bloody loved the Roman Reigns, big dog, Baron Corbin stuff.
I don't think we're short-sighted enough to go, oh, that's kids stuff. I don't get it.
No, true.
We're clever enough to go. Okay, I saw the big dog stuff. I thought, all right, I get that. I just didn't think. Maybe objectively it wasn't very good. Would I have enjoyed it as a kid? Maybe. Mind you, when I was a kid, I was watching Shawn Michaels kick Marty Jannetty through the barbershop window.
Yeah.
So so Baron Corbin, if you can kick that big dog through a barbershop window, then you cover all bases. That's a weird mental image to draw.
It really is. I think back to the stuff. I think back to the stuff that I loved as a kid, and it was bloody like Earthquake making burgers. It was the silly stuff.
You said it like he was doing. You said like he was hosting a cookery show. He killed us. He killed a snack. He killed Jack Snack.
Jack Snack.
He killed Jack Snack. Hey, welcome to the Earthquake Cookery Program. Yeah, making burgers.
My point is, I'm going to be more forgiving of stuff which I don't think is intended to be for me as a viewer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Rusev, getting back there, we'll see.
See what happens. You're going to see some CGI on your screen now, so bear with. There, now it looks like I'm wearing a chicken hat. I'm not. It's the power of technology.
It's one of those little green things with the bobbles on. We've got money. We can afford to do that for sure.
Got all that YouTube gazonga. So this means the spoiler chicken is in the house, and it means it's time for some NXT UK Takeover Blackpool spoilers. If you don't want to know what's happening from the Hull tapings, then stop watching now, because just assume I've done the outro. Don't watch anymore.
Cluck, cluck. So, we've got 3 matches which have... the tapings have already happened. These are the matches that we know so far on that card. Generally, you see about 5 matches on these, but we got 3 of them. The first is, we'll start with a big one. It's NXT UK champion Volta taking on Joe Coffey, the Iron Man. That's cometh. That's going to be a good one. Two big old bruises and boom, boom,
it's our
boom,
favourite, isn't it? It's just big boys battering each other. This is nice. This is exciting because this is a very different kind of match that Volta's had in his title reign. So obviously he had the match against Pete Dunne.
Great match.
He had the match against Tyler Bate.
Really great match.
And now this is a guy who's like, all right, come on then. I'm not as big as you, but I'm strong, and I'm gonna.
He's gonna fist him to death. NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray is going to take on Toni Storm and Piper Niven.
That'll be fun. That's
Triple threat action.
Yeah,
big fan.
Yeah, nice to see. So Toni Storm made her return in all. At the tapings, it was good to see Toni Storm back in an NXT UK ring.
WB.
Yeah, Kaylee Ray, part of Takeover, as well, which is nice, part of War Games. So it's a really good time for Kaylee Ray at the moment. And Piper Niven, who I think is sort of positioned to supplant Rhea Ripley's role as like the dominant superstar in the women's division on the UK roster, which is perfect, absolutely perfect role for her to play. And potentially Toni Storm winning the belt back.
Do you reckon?
I reckon.
Kaylee Ray not taking the pin. Piper taking the pin? Maybe Kaylee.
No, I think Toni will pin Kaylee.
Okay, interesting.
Keep Piper strong. Keep Piper strong.
And finally, the NXT UK Tag Team titles are on the line in a match which is absolutely nuts. This is going to be crazy. So, it's Gallus versus Imperium versus the Grizzled Young Vets versus South Wales Subculture, which is Webster and Andrews, in a ladder match. 4-team
ladder shenanigans.
That's going to be nuts.
That'll be match of the night.
You reckon?
Unless Volta and Coffey do a Tyler Bate and Volta and just like go nearly an hour and just rewrite the history books.
I'm trying to think back. Like the Pete Dunne match was with Coffey, right?
Yeah, that was solid.
I wasn't a big fan.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think. I don't know, there was something about it that I just wasn't into. Certainly not as much as the Volta matches and some of Dunne's and Bates encounters.
I was going to say, like, Volta and Tyler Bate you're a fan of.
Yeah, for sure. No, Coffey and Dunne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take it or leave it.
Okay, so Volta and Coffey has an element of...
I think it's very different. Just boulders.
Yeah, just
boom,
boulders,
boom, boom.
boulders doing the boulder shoulders. But the ladder match will be, I think, a stealer.
Oh, yeah.
I think it really will. I think it really, really will.
Also, before we go, get Joseph Connors on the card. What's his hashtag that he's just done? Hashtag JC is takeover worthy.
Oh!
He means Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, is that what it is?
Get Coffey on the card. Not Coffey, get Connors on the
card.
Get
the Connors excited.
Get the Connors excited. Get the Connors excited. Get the Connors excited. What is this? Oh, sorry, Barry.
No, it's fine. I'm just making sure he's been disinfected.
Can I have that jizz back?
You are not having that jizz back, mate. I'm sending it to the medical science lab.
See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.